Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2020. The album, Dad AF. Ain't got no tutti fruity. Get on the floor if you got that booty. The sun'll come out. James Charles. Today, I'm losing my voice. Today we're going to talk about James Charles. I cannot believe that it is the 1 year anniversary of Dramageddon 2. Say that 5 times fast. I just lost my okay sis fan. So I'll go with my period T. Anyway. We're going to talk about the fact that it is the 1 year anniversary of Dramageddon 2. Now, whenever people talk about, like my hair is so long, it's literally feathers at this point. I need a haircut so bad. When people talk about Dramageddon, okay, there's 2 Dramageddons. There's Dramageddon 1, which actually happened, I believe it was late August. It was late August, early September of 2018. And the fact that I know that is because I was on my wedding anniversary in Las Vegas, Nevada, when Dramageddon 1 occurred. And Dramageddon 1 was when Nikita Dragun, Gabriel Zamora, Manny MUA, and Laura Lee were on, I believe it was a NARS trip, and they all gave the finger to the camera, and Gabriel Zamora posted the picture, supposedly, allegedly, towards Jeffree Star, saying something like, somebody's bitter because we don't need her, or something like that, right? Okay, that's how that whole Dramageddon 1 start thing happened. And then all of this came out about Laura, and all of this came out about Manny, and it was a lot. And that was Dramageddon 1, okay? Then, last year we had, don't forget, we had an intermission of Lipstickgate with Jaclyn Hill. I think people like to kind of forget about that sometimes. I think Jaclyn Hill likes to try to forget about that sometimes. But we had Lipstickgate, and I believe Lipstickgate was like in April of last year. And then in May, we had Dramageddon 2. And Dramageddon 2 was with James Charles, Tati Westbrook, and Jeffree Star. And what happened was that there were all these allegations that were surrounding James Charles at the time. And let's see, and then James Charles had gone to Coachella, and he had done this, I think I'm getting my facts straight. I love that phrase. Oh, shade, we like her too. But I want to make sure I get my facts straight. So he went to Coachella. He needed basically protection, like, you know, bodyguards and that kind of stuff, and tickets to get in, and, you know, there's VIP tickets, but he had VIP tickets, but he wanted like stage pass tickets and all that kind of stuff. So he contacted Sugar Bear Hair, and then he did an ad for Sugar Bear Hair. And the reason that this was such a big deal was Sugar Bear Hair, it's like, I don't know why it's so funny to me every time that comes up, just the name of it cracks me up. But I think that he had contacted Nikita Dragun because Nikita Dragun had done like an ad for Sugar Bear Hair before. And so he contacted her, and she like set the whole thing up for him, right? And it was because he needed tickets, or he needed like protection, he said, at Coachella. This was like, I think, the second week of Coachella. Well, the reason that this was a big deal was that Tati had come out with her Halo pills that had just come out, right? And so she was like, you're gonna do an advertisement for my direct competitor. And then it went on and on and on, and there was this whole background thing. This was before she put out her Bye Sisters video. And this whole situation, and people were like, you know, making fun of the Sugar Bear Hair thing, and then they were making fun of, and they were saying that that was really low, that he shouldn't have done that to Tati, and she had come out and she had said some stuff about it, blah, 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 whatever, right? But then it was the allegations after that happened, and it was all of this stuff that was swirling together. It was basically like the winds coming together for this tornado that seemed like it was going to take down the town of James Charles. That's what it seemed like was going to happen, okay? So then I looked it up to see what date it was, and you can search on Google, and you can put in, when did Tati post the Bye Sister video? And it comes up and it says May 10th, 2019. I swore it was May 11th, but I guess it's May 10th. Tati uploads a 43-minute long YouTube video titled Bye Sister. Sister is a word commonly used by James and his fans, okay? So that was on May 10th of 2019, and after that, the world just exploded, and then James lost 3 million subscribers, if you remember that. And, you know, this is one of the things that's real interesting to me, is that at that time, people were very, very consumed with the numbers that YouTubers had. And today, people will say things like, Jeffree doesn't care about numbers. Jeffree Star doesn't care about, like, YouTuber numbers. And Tati didn't care about numbers. No. We need to go back and do history lessons, okay? One of my biggest irritations ever when I watch all this stuff go down, especially for somebody that's been around for 3.5, almost 4 years doing drama, is that people forget the history lessons of what really did go down at the time. It's like we want to rewrite history to remember something that didn't go down that way. Jeffree Star was on Twitter congratulating Tati for gaining subscribers and hitting certain marks, literally days around when James Charles was losing his entire career, okay? So it wasn't like he didn't care. He was congratulating her. I think Shane Dawson congratulated Tati as well. So that was what happened. You know, on top of that was that then Jeffree Star came out and he had said some things and he supported and said what Tati said, and I put this in other videos. What she said was 100%, you know, true, and that everything that she said, because she made some very, very serious allegations in her Bye Sister video, he said that everything that she said in the video was 100% true. Okay, so now you have Tati and Jeffree Star over here, and then you have James Charles over here, and we're all sitting here making videos every single day. Why wouldn't we, right? And we're wondering what the hell is going on behind the scenes, okay? And nobody really knew, and it was like every day something else would come out. Somebody would make some comment, some other allegation would come out. It was just really horrible. And what you saw was the three of these people that were literally going to lose their careers. I mean, if you were sitting there watching it, you could see that over time what was going to happen was that all three of them were going to completely lose their careers, because the amount of ego and pride that was involved. And I have to say, at that point, it was really between Jeffree Star and James Charles. Tati, you could tell, was kind of like, ooh, like, what did I do? Like, that seemed very obvious to me from the very beginning. It's like she put her video out, and in the video, she seemed very assured. Like, before I was making this video, I was thinking to myself, I mean, I've watched that Bye Sisters video quite a few times. You can still watch it. She took it down, but it's re-uploaded on YouTube. But I can remember it, and she was like, you know, in the video, it wasn't that Tati that is like, you know, like, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. It was like, but James, you knew what you were doing, James, and talking about his mother, and, you know, like his mother needed, you know, it was all this kind of stuff. So it was a very confident Tati. Like, she knew what she was doing when she went into that video, you know? But then it seemed like afterwards, she was kind of like, ooh, what did I do here? Like, I don't know what I did, right? And then it was kind of like Jeffree and James back and forth. And then what happened was that everybody was watching the numbers. They were watching the numbers of who was going to lose and who was going to gain and who was going to be at the top and all that kind of stuff. Because before all of this, and I still think this does play a huge factor into it, James and Jeffree were very close. James had passed Jeffree in numbers, and then all of a sudden, you know, James lost all of his numbers. Well, here we are a year later, and James is back on top of the game again. So it's going to be interesting, because I have a feeling we are right around the corner from some major drama popping off. I really believe this and feel this in my gut. Okay. So now we're a year later, all of that's gone on, all this kind of stuff. Well, what happened? What had happened? Where's my okay sis video? Where is it? What had happened was that one day they just decided to come out and they were going to be like, what? Oh, Tati says all of these allegations that I said, oh, I didn't mean those. I'm going to take down this video. Oh, no, forgot. Okay, so James Charles, he comes out with this video, right, called Sister, the Replay or something like that TV show back in the day. And he calls them out, all of them, okay, with receipts and all kinds of things. Shows how Jeffree Star's been talking to him in text messages and threatening him, allegedly, in my conspiracy speculation, and all this kind of stuff. But first of all, let's just make one thing very clear. It didn't make any of them look very good. It made them all look like a bunch of a-holes, okay? That's what it made them look like. That they were people that were just out for money, they were greedy, they were for power, they didn't really care about their fans. To this day, they want to make it out like this is all about their fans. Like, oh, we stopped this woe and trouble, you know, because of our fans. We cared about our fans, which I'm going to get to in just a second. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying that any of this was for any of their fans, okay? I think this was all about the almighty dollar and their career, and they knew their career was going to be over, because I personally believe, okay, that there is more to be involved in all of this. I believe Morphe put her foot down, let's just call it what it is, and said, you need to stop playing, okay? We got a lot of stuff going on here. We just went through this whole Jaclyn Hill thing, and now, you know, we got James Pallet and Jeffree's, all this kind of stuff. We're going to lose money if you two keep on fighting, okay, number one. And I think, I really do think, probably because there's been so much speculation that Shane Dawson had a little bit more involved in it than people really need to know, but I think they knew we're going to, all of us, lose everything we have. We're going to lose our money. We're going to lose our following, and tomorrow they're going to be back to following Laura and Manny, and ain't nobody going to care about us, because people are fickle on YouTube. They'll follow somebody for a while and they don't care. Okay, so that was a year ago, right? And then James came out with a video, which to this day is interesting to me that nobody really contested it. And yes, he answered something. I remember watching that video and thinking, you were like, this is kind of like very interesting to me that you're picking and choosing what you want to respond to. Like, he responded to some things and not others, which was smart at the time, right? But like, that everybody was like, yeah, this is the answer to all of it. And then Jeffree Star's video comes down, you know, and then Tati's videos come down, and then their tweets come down. And to me, it looked like, well, whatever happened behind the scenes, James Charles had the upper hand. Because all of a sudden, Jeffree and Tati were silent, okay? They weren't saying anything anymore. They had shut their mouths, and they were just sitting over there, and they were being quiet. And James' video is still up. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, that looks to me like James had the upper hand. So, you know, when I sit there and I listen to like Keem's Basement, Mom's Basement, and Jeffree says, no, it was really, really dark for a place for all of us, and we were really worried about our fans and all this. No, then why is James' video still up? Somebody explain that to me. Why did James get to keep his video up? And I am not convinced at all that there is no legal that has been involved in this, saying that they were just out of the maturity of all of them. No, I don't buy that whatsoever. So here we are a year later, okay? A year later, it's May 11th today, and James Charles posts on his Twitter, let me get to it up here. He posts on his Twitter this screenshot of his Social Blade, okay? Where if you look at it, you can see it was going down already anyway because of all these other allegations that had come out. But then if you look, on May 10th, when the video was posted, he lost 538,000. Now, Social Blade lost their mind. They changed everything. It doesn't look the same way anymore. But 538,883 subscribers, and today it's and then May 11th, 1.26 million subscribers, and then down, and then total he lost, what do you call it? He must have put his video up here on the 15th or the 16th, because you can see it starts turning around. He lost 3 million subscribers, because I can remember there were people that were like showing how much he was losing at the time. You couldn't do that with Social Blade today. Like, if we have the same thing happen, Social Blade has like changed how they do things, so you couldn't watch it the same way. So he puts that up there, right? And then he says, hold on a second, 1 year ago today, a cultural reset. Very interesting commentary. And then I'm just going to read all through it, and then I'm going to tell you guys some of the comments underneath here. He said, in all seriousness, this past year sucked. I wouldn't wish what I went through upon anyone, but I am so proud of the person I am today. It made me stronger, smarter, but most importantly, more motivated than ever to work hard, and can confidently say I'm finally happy again. We're getting close-ish to 20 million subscribers, have an incredible beauty competition show airing, Sisters Apparel is relaunching, amazing videos coming soon, and so many other things that I can't talk about just yet. I'm just really effing grateful for my friends and team that helped me get through this past year. I'm grateful that they talked me out of making an irreversible choice when I was at my lowest point. I'm grateful that I am still alive today, and I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. And I thought that was like just such a really nice commentary that he said, you know. Number one, I have to say, okay, and this is where like sometimes I think age screws you, not when you're younger, but when you're older, that when you're older, you kind of like really do think through things, and you're like, I don't know, should I like say this, should I not say this? But like James is young enough James is still young enough that he's like, I'm going to put it out there and I don't really care, right? Because I think a lot of people would not bring any attention to the fact that it had been a year, you know? Now, on Manny's year, who we're going to talk about in just a second, Manny did come out with his mini, I think, one video that was supposed to be 3-part documentary talking about like what he had learned in the year before, and I think it is important to do that, you know? And I think, like, I'm real impressed that James came out and said, yeah, it's been a year, and like, I've learned a lot, and I'm a different person today. And I have to say, from having watched James closely over the last year, as I have watched all of these beauty influencers closely, James is one of the few people that I do think has changed. I think James has really, and when I say this, this, people say to me, oh, no, he hasn't. He's come for Tati. He's come for James, or he's come for Jeffree. I need examples of that because I'm somebody that has watched this closely, okay? I can give you examples where the other two have said things. I can give you examples where Nikita Dragon has shaded people and, you know, Gabriel Zamora has shaded people and Manny has shaded people. But I don't see it a lot with James, okay? I think James has really learned, if I want to be successful, I need to stay over here in my own lane and I need to do my own thing. That's what I'm seeing today. If tomorrow I see something different, well then, damn it, you know, I'll call it out. But that's today what I'm seeing, okay? I'm seeing somebody that's like, you know what? F these fools, okay? I am 10 times more successful than any of them were at my age, and it drives them crazy. It's driving them up a wall, okay? That they're almost old enough to be, Jeffree Star and Tati are almost old enough to be James Charles' parents, okay? Like in all reality, right? And they're so pissed because I'm 10 times more successful than they were. I don't think Tati is. I think Tati is like, let me be over here, let me do my business. I don't want anything to do with any of this mess anymore. I think Tati has learned drama ain't for me, and neither are you other beauty gurus. I was much better just doing my own thing, okay? I don't think she wants anything to do with it anymore, and God bless her. I hope she stays over there. I think it's a good look for her. I don't think she needs any mess with that. I don't think this is the end of it for Jeffree Star and James Charles. I think they're going to get into something again. I really, really do. Because I think that the ego and pride is what they haven't learned, okay? And I think that we've seen a lot of that from Jeffree Star, and I think with James Charles, I think there's still a lot of ego and pride there. I think that he is learning as he goes, as we all do, you know. So I think something huge could really happen. It was interesting underneath here, Manny said, biatch, a year ago, wow, proud of you, sir. We've all been there. Well, some of us. I love you, Manny. I love that you can laugh at yourself. That is so fantastic, okay? You know, this is the thing, is that, like Oprah said years ago, it's, you know, when we're going through something, you know, when you're going through one of the biggest tragedies in your life, well, Maya Angelou actually told Oprah this. When you're going through one of the biggest tragedies in your life, look up and say thank you, because you're about to learn one of the greatest lessons you will ever learn in your life, which I truly, truly believe, right? But Oprah also used to talk about turning your wounds into wisdom, and part of turning your wounds into wisdom is learning to laugh at the conditions of our lives, you know, to learning to laugh at those things that some of us go through. Some things are way too serious, okay? And, you know, I'm not talking about those way out there things that are super, super serious for us to talk about. But then, you know, like, there are other things for us that, you know, like, I think we have to kind of laugh at sometimes. And, you know, there was nothing funny about Manny's drama, but to laugh at himself is also, I think, to some degree, showing growth. I really, really do, you know? And then Drama Channel, Sebastian Williams, Drama Channel commentary channel, I don't know what Sebastian refers to himself as. He said, the fact that this happened a year ago, my brain can't comprehend. And James responds and says, me neither. It feels like it happened last month, but somehow it also feels like it happened 4 years ago. And then somebody responds and says, flushing her vitamins down the toilet. And James Charles says, in response to this, he says, no need to drag her, please, referring to Tati. And then somebody else responds and says, we need to educate her. And then James comes back in and he says, trust me, she's well aware. Please leave her alone. And then somebody comes in and says, well, Simon, he comes in and says, so much growth. They say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So glad you got through that. And I'm really glad that he got through it too. And I think that really shows growth, that he's coming in there and he's saying, don't come for Tati, you know, like, hey, listen, we had it. We went through this. This was a year ago. We've all learned. Let's move on. I really think it was a good move that he did not do the interview with Keemstar, even though I would have loved to have listened to that interview. And, you know, it makes me really sad when he says up here, I'm grateful that they, talking about his people around him, I'm grateful if they talked me out of making an irreversible choice when I was at my lowest point. You know, and then he says, I'm grateful that I'm still alive today. I think one of the things that we completely forget is how much this affected James Charles' mental health. And that at that time, James was saying, you know, this is really affecting my mental health. I'm at one of the lowest points in my life. And there were a lot of people that just just didn't care, you know? And that's a really sad commentary, not necessarily on the three of them, but on all of us, right? That somebody could really be that low. And I'm so grateful today that he made it out. I'm so happy for him, you know? And I think that's a story I wish James would tell someday. He doesn't necessarily need to tell the nitty-gritty of what happened, but hey, how did I get myself out of this place that was so low? Because that is an inspiring story to his followers that are all his age and younger. And I think that would be something that would be really super motivating and inspiring to tell. That would be a story that I think that would really show huge growth in James Charles to be a great role model and inspiration to many, many other people in talking about something that's not just about makeup, which I love to watch that as well, but in talking about, you know, like how he got himself out of this dark period as well. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of that. Do you think this is the end of Dramageddon? Do you think there will be Dramageddon 3? If you do, what do you think it will be? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.